never ever know. I think about you, but you never ever notice. We might be better, but you're probably okay. I'm here again, falling in love again. I'm here again, falling in love again. Hatutasanganya na kutanganya na forever. Hatutapigana na kumizana na forever. Hatutasanganya na kutanganya na forever. Hatutapigana na kumizana again. I drew this for you, but you'll never ever see it. I made a promise it could never ever show. I wrote this song, but you'll never ever hear it. We could be better, but you're probably okay. I'm here again, falling in love again. I'm here again, falling in love again. Hatutasanganya na kutanganya na forever. Hatutapigana na kumizana na forever. Hatutasanganya na kutanganya na forever. Hatutapigana na kumizana again. I've had this feeling I could never ever tell you. I might be wrong, but we'd rather be my friend. Maybe in future life we can be together.
When I was younger and I didn't know better, living with these wolves, hurting for pleasure. Some kind of angel took me out of the jungle from your blue night.
It's early morning. I just done a little session on my mat. I've really been enjoying the idea. I think I heard about this a few years ago, about focusing on creating habits or routines. Habits, I think, instead of like really focusing on how well you do what you're doing in the habit. And for me, one thing I started doing in the morning was just putting up my mat. And just, it's so natural now, I don't even think about it. I always put my mat up as soon as I can, you know? I wake up, I brush my teeth, I get ready, wash my face. I always put my mat down, and I don't even know if I'm gonna spend time. I never know when I do it. Sometimes it's because I plan, but usually I just put it up and then I see what I have time for, what my body needs. Sometimes it's just a simple meditation, or sometimes a nice stretch, some yoga, sometimes some strength training for my back and my core and my arms. And sometimes my legs as well. Sometimes I do a bit of a dance and then I stretch out at the end. Or sometimes I do a little training with my app. Yeah, just it's a habit I started, a routine that now is ingrained, so I don't have to overthink it. And I've just really been thinking a lot about those things that now are such natural parts of my everyday, like now walking. I was listening to a video I recorded some time ago while I was out in nature, when I started like really taking my walking seriously. Because I've always known I loved walking, but I was always doing it here and there. I wasn't like seeing it as my chosen way of self-preservation and self-care, and a time for self-reflection and just being out in nature. And then like when I had my really down low in 2019, I was like, oh wow, I need to really tune my tools, my self-care and management tools. So I started picking up walking again, and I was doing it every other day or so. But now I've come to a place where I literally go usually every day, if not every other day. But I'm on a strike now. There's a strike and a streak of I think around 40 days in a row, which is the most I think I've done because I have this app I love. I love my walking app. Just I love to see how far I've walked, how often I've walked, how many steps you've done in the day, in the month, and even the year sometimes. I just really love it. And it just motivates me. Like I love to keep track of it. Be like, oh, I've walked like 40 days in a row now. Just yeah, so I've created that habit and now it's natural for me. I almost feel off if I don't do it. So just like my mat, like I always put my mat down before I go sit on my computer. And I take care of my body first and my mind first, and then I do other things. Just to encourage you guys, like the process of creating a habit. Don't worry so much about what you do, how you do it. Just create space for it in your day, and then slowly tune it and slowly like adapt it in a way that makes sense to you. And now that I've gone back to work like full time, this is really important for me. To just have this part of the day dedicated to my self-care and self-reflection and well-being. It motivates me when I know that I can add things to my routines that stick, and then I can just add a little bit more so that my day, I don't know, by the time maybe I'm 60, I'll have it like locked down to some degree. But it's also okay that sometimes you fall off, but you always know what makes you feel good because you've had that experience and you can always go back to it. That's always nice. Anyway, so I'm gonna go on with my day. This month's focus is on body and womanhood. So I'm looking to make work and content around those subjects, also for my own reading and learning and grounding. So I'm excited about sharing that with you in so many ways, in some different ways. Now that I'm working, I'm also like, because I'm constantly making and reminding myself of taking my pace in life seriously and knowing I can't do everything at the same time and do it well. I'm okay that I have these ideals about how I want to post and how often I want to post. I don't always share it with you guys because like I don't want to ever feel like this is how I do it, but I try to make an effort. Like let's do at least 3 videos on May in Bloom, and then 1 at least on Abantu May, and then 3 podcasts, and then everything else in between. But now that I'm back to full-time work, I hope that I'll be able to manage that as best as possible. But also I understand that in this transition point, especially as an HSP and a slow person, and by slow, I just mean that like it takes me a while to adapt to things. It takes me a while to get into things and find my routine. And my schedule routine is easily disturbed. I always have to come back to my center, restart and refresh and let's go again. But I've made peace with that, like of the constant need to restart to some degree or pick things up. As long as I keep doing it, I feel like that's just going to be my cycle or rhythm of life, and adapting and making space for the things I love and bring me value, because I do love the communities I have digitally and how far my work and my small platform goes, like how people come and talk to me or share what they get out of it, even your comments. So all of that is just really appreciated. And I'm gonna get ready for my day. I have my mint and ginger tea with some plant milk, like that's also already on deck as a routine. I have my water and I'm gonna start my day a bit. I don't think I'll have a lot of time to do some of my own things because it's already almost 8. But just as long as I get this part in, I feel like it's okay. Then I'll try to fit things in on the other day, hopefully, on the other part of the day, and some on the weekend as well. And yeah, others I'm just gonna share like a bit of bits and bobs here and there. And I hope you guys are well as well. I hope you're caring for yourself and your body, and yeah, taking your time with life, especially in these times, to stay centered. I really feel like we're going through a real rebirth, as human. And rebirth is not always beautiful and easy. Like sometimes it's confusing, it's frightening, it can feel like a lot, but there's always sun on the other side of the clouds. So just to keep breathing and centered and care for yourself and aware and radical in your approach to self-preservation, we will get to the other side, whatever that other side looks like. Anyway, I'll see you in my next video.
I could get over you. It's too late to know me. I'm going without you. You're safe.